Are you feeling uninspired with your makeup, doing the same makeup look that you have done since 2016? I feel you because I feel like I've been in the same way. I want to give you some great tips today on 10 ways to elevate your makeup routine. Different things that you can try to feel on trend, to feel classy, if you want to look more chic, more put together, or you just want to mix it up a little bit. I have some tips for you today. I have 10 tips of how to elevate your makeup routine that are super easy and not hard to do. So the first way to elevate your makeup routine is in your skin prep. Now I know people are like, we know this, Marlena. No. I've got some tips for you. In today's time at doing your makeup, one of the most iconic things is having a very dewy, very fresh, lightweight look to the skin. It's very different to what we were doing in 2016 where it was lots of product, lots of powder. We were caking, we were baking. It's not like that right now. So what's so important is your skin prep. One of the things that I've done for years that a lot of people don't talk about or don't do is shaving your face. I'm telling you all, it makes such a difference in how your skincare absorbs into your skin, makes a difference in how your foundation sits on top. I definitely notice when my facial hair starts creeping back in, it starts getting a little fuzzy in there like a chia pet. My foundation just doesn't look as flawless or smooth. So that is the number one thing that I swear by doing is shaving my face. Now you guys can use all these expensive fancy tools. You can do this dermaplaning and all that. I do it the old school cheap way. I get those plastic razors that you can get for like $1 for a big old bag of them, and I use it one time. After the one time, I don't use it on the face because I want to make sure I have a clean razor for my face, and I literally just shave my face all over. I get those chin hairs around my mouth, all up here, anywhere where I feel like there's some peach fuzz, and I do that twice a month, and I'm telling you, it helps my skincare products absorb, and my foundation lays down so flawless that you cannot tell that there's anything underneath. The other part of your skincare that you want to do is make sure you're exfoliating with something very mild. I really like the Dermalogica one. There's a ton of brands that have a very fine exfoliant, but you can also use liquid exfoliants, things like acids, like lactic acid, glycolic acid. Right now, I'm really loving lactic acid, you all. It just transformed my face. It gets rid of the dead skin cells off of my skin. It helps with hyperpigmentation. It exfoliates in a gentle way and transforms my skin. So when I put my foundation or my makeup on top, it looks absolutely flawless because the skin underneath is already smooth. The next thing to elevate your makeup routine is to invest in good brushes. You all, this makes such a huge difference. If your makeup is applying patchy, it's not blending right, you're not getting the results that you want, I'm telling you, it is your brushes. Spending your money on good quality brushes is always worth the investment. You want to look for brushes that have soft fibers, they have a nice bend to them. When you pull on them, they don't fall off, they aren't scratchy, they're dense. You want to make sure that the density is really good, that you have a lot of fibers packed in there, so that way it's going to give you beautiful blending. You want to make sure that the handles are made well. There's so many amazing brands out there, but you want to invest in good quality brushes because that can take a really crappy eyeshadow. If you want that's chalky, it's not blending right, if you use a good quality brush to blend it out, you're going to get completely different results. It's going to elevate your makeup game multiple times over. That's why makeup artists, professional artists, if you ask them where most of their money went in their kit, I would almost put money on the fact they're going to say their brushes is what they treasure the most. If you've ever seen a makeup artist around their kit, they hold tight onto that brush roll. They are not playing when it comes to those brushes. Get professional makeup brushes. The third way to elevate your makeup routine is to take your time on your base. Now, this is your foundation, your skincare, your concealer. You really want to focus on blending everything out flawlessly. This could be your foundation base. It can be your contour, your blush. What you don't want to do is, say you have 5 minutes to do your makeup routine, you don't want to slap on 10 million products and you kind of half-ass through it and you just slap them on and go. It's almost better to just apply a couple products in that 5 minutes and really spend the time blending it in to get a seamless transition. Like for example, when I apply contour, I make sure I'm using a really good quality brush and I'm buffing it in, I'm stippling on it, I'm making sure that everything is seamless and well blended. And then the same thing with my foundation. I take a brush like like this one, and I make sure when I'm getting that foundation in, I'm really buffing it in. I'm making sure that everything is smooth, it's flawless, it's seamless. Take your time blending. Do fewer steps in your makeup routine. Even if it's just foundation, a lip gloss, eye, and mascara, you're good to go. It's better to have that all be very flawless than to try to be like, okay, I need blush, I need eyeliner, I need eyeshadow. You slap it on, you're in a hurry. It's not going to give you that elevated polished look if you just stop and focus on one product and really get the blending down. Number 4 to elevating your makeup routine is to master cream products. Now, a lot of people use powders because it feels a little bit less intimidating, especially for contour, bronzers, and blush. But I'm telling you guys, you can get some beautiful elevated polished look by using cream products. For example, I have this one. It's by Colored Rain. She has these amazing colored sticks. And I think a lot of people don't like using them to contour with or apply foundation with because it's thicker. They're not used to it. Powders feel like it's faster and easier. But if you take a really high quality blending brush that's dense, it's soft, and you take a cream product and you really buff it into the skin, it's going to look more like skin. It's not going to be cakey. It's not going to look dry. It's not going to look overdone. It's going to look like flawless, smooth skin. So don't be afraid to try cream products, you guys. If you feel like it's intimidating with like a stick like this, you know, even with contour sticks, if you're worried about like putting it on, striping that color on, take your brush and pick up the product this way and just do a little bit light layer. If you're intimidated, maybe tap a couple times on your hand and then start to apply it on so you do light layers. That will help kind of ease into feeling like the cream is too much. If you just kind of stipple a little bit on your brush, pretend that it's powder, but then start dabbing it on, I'm telling you, it's going to elevate your whole look by having nice, beautiful cream products versus just powder. Now, number 5 is, let's talk about powder is applying it with a light hand. Now, we do still have to use powder in our makeup routine because we don't want to be a greasy mess. We don't want to slip it around. We have to have some powder to set it. But the trick is to use it with a light hand. And I've done this technique for years, since 2008. You guys know I've been doing this for a long time on YouTube. Those little sponges, get them cheap on Amazon. I like applying powder like this in the lightest layer possible. I always scrape off the excess on the side. I want just a light layer like that and just dab it on lightly. I feel like that trend in 2016 where we were putting on tons of layers of powder to do baking and caking and all that, it may look good on camera, but in real life, it just looks too much. It's not fresh. It's not elevated because there's so much product sitting on your face. You want least amount of powder possible. For me, I always just apply powder around my T-zone where I get oily, right in here. Now, if you have a really oily skin, you may need to apply powder in more places so it can soak up that oil. But if you have dry to combination skin, don't apply powder all over your face. Just in the T-zone where you get a little bit oily, let the rest of your face be creams and liquids so it has the texture and the finish, that dewiness and shine of actual skin. Number 6 is to apply lipstick as blush. I'm going to save you guys some money today. I'm going to give you some tips and save you money so you don't have to buy all these products. So for the longest time, there wasn't brands that had cream blushes. You guys remember they're popular now, but for the longest time, you could not find cream blushes. So what we've always done for years was to take a lipstick and apply that as a cream blush. Now this elevates your makeup routine for one, because you can have your cheeks and your lips match so it feels very soft and coordinated, but also it's a quick and easy way to get that kind of dewy effect to your skin. And what I like to do is literally just take my ring finger and tap it on the cheekbones with my blush. You can do this in tons of different colors, but whatever kind of medium tone lipstick that you would normally wear that's very soft and natural, take your finger, apply it as a blush. And do you see the finish of that? Do you see how it gives a shine? This looks like skin. It's not thick or cakey. Tip number 7 is to prep the eyes so you have flawless blending. So what I do, a lot of people use eye primers, which if you have oily skin, you really do need to use that. But before you put any eyeshadow on your eyes, always set it with a powder that is the same color as your skin. I usually just take my pressed powder and a soft brush like this, pick up a little shadow, a little powder. Not had enough coffee today, you guys. And I will dust this all over my lid after I put a little foundation down and I set it. And what that does, it gives you a good base. So when you put your shadows on top, they blend more smoothly because there's a layer of powder underneath. But it also locks down any oil. So if you have oily lids, or if you wear like a metallic shadow that has a lot of oil in it and a lot of shine, putting that light layer of powder underneath is going to set it. It's going to help it last longer. It's going to help your blending be more smooth. So always, 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 regardless of whether you use a primer or not, set down a light layer of powder all over your lids up to the brow, so it just helps your blending be more smoothless and elevated. Number 8 is to take a dark cream shadow and smudge it along the upper lash line. This is what I'm wearing right now. I don't know if you guys can see right here. One eye technique, and I did a previous tutorial on that, I'll link to below for you guys, but this eyeshadow technique works on everyone. Every pro I've known always does this, and it looks so beautiful. Is if you want to enhance the lash line, elevate your eye makeup look, you can take a cream shadow stick like this and a really, really tiny brush like that, and you pick up some product, and what you can do is smudge it along the lash line, stay close to the lashes, and I usually stop about halfway so I'm not coming in too far. Any eye shape, any age, any skin color, any preference, this looks great on everyone because it's enhancing the lashes, it's making your lashes look thicker, and if you bring it up slightly out here, it can lift the eyes too, so it can kind of elevate your whole makeup look because it's opening your eyes while still making you look like you have thick lashes. So I love that technique a lot, and I'm telling you, it works on everyone. You can switch up the colors, you can do black, dark gray, purple, blue, you can mix it up from day to day, but just that little technique of a nice cream shadow underneath, it just adds some oomph to your eyes. And then if you want to do your eye makeup as normal on top, you can take your shadows, you can dust something on top, but having that cream underneath is going to give a base. It's going to give a depth of color. So whatever shadows you put on top, it's going to look richer because you have that color base underneath. Number 9 is to define your lashes naturally. So to elevate your makeup routine, we're not really doing strip lashes. Not that I'm against it. I'm not trying to shame anyone at all. But if you want to look very chic, elegant, on trend for right now, breaking up those strip lashes into little pieces or doing single or trio lashes is a lot better because it looks more natural, like as if your actual lashes were just naturally thick on their own. I really like these one by Kiss. You see these little trios here, and what you do, and that's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now, I'll show you here in a second. You pick up one of those lashes, you dip it into the little glue well like this little guy right here, you stick it on, and it gives you just a little bit of fullness, but it's undetectable. It's fast, it's easy, it looks natural, and it just opens up your eyes a little bit more and just gives you that oomph so you look awake. But I'm wearing them out here on my outer lashes. See, can you guys even tell? You probably can't even tell. They look so natural. Even when I close my eyes, it's not as obvious as those big strip of lashes. It just looks very elevated and very chic. Again, not shaming anyone for wearing strip lashes or doing whatever you want with your makeup. Don't be sending me some hate mail. Don't show up my house with some torches. I see you outside. Just giving my opinions, okay? And then the last tip to elevate your makeup routine is to choose a lip color that balances out your face. So for example, if you do very dramatic eye makeup, you have really thick lashes, you do some dramatic or very colorful look, keep the lips a little bit subdued to balance it out. I feel like if you do a lot all over your face, instead of picking one part of your face to focus on, it can tend to be a little bit overwhelming. Or if you focus on lips and you do a bold color, a red lip, something like a winged liner, a soft smudged eyeliner looks really beautiful. That's why it's such a classic, timeless look, that winged liner with a red lip, because it's balanced. You have bold lips, just slight accent on the eyes. Or if you do a bright blush, you want to really have your cheekbones pop, then keep everything else kind of subdued. Just do a soft pink lip, maybe a neutral brown eyeshadow in the eyes, nothing too colorful or too much, so you can let one part of your face have the focus. So hopefully this gives you some ideas of how to elevate your makeup routine. I'll link to some other videos below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for some amazing makeup content. And if you want to learn some more makeup tips and be part of an incredible community, go to makeupgeekacademy.com. I'll link to this below here as well. It's an amazing site that I'll be teaching classes, community, a lot of fun stuff on there. Come hang out. It's a fun time. So have a great one, you guys, and I will see you soon for another makeup video. Bye.